Faders of the Lost Art.
Who came up with Faders of the Lost Art?
Faders of the Lost Art. That's Big Lou, our boy, executive producer, big homie. He put us all together. Genius behind the scenes.
Really?
Legendary. He's got tons of credits behind the scenes, though. He's a legend. Did a ton of Donda with Kanye, Mike Dean stuff, like ton of stuff. Yeah, he's a legend in the game. Wow. And he helped us come up with a name.
And he runs Cloud?
No, we're all good friends with Cloud.
Oh,
Roger
okay,
Cloud
cool.
is a genius. Friend of ours that, of course, the legendary Cloud Lifter, the Very Z, and now the
44s.
Now the Cloud 44s.
Yeah.
Yep. And
I use the 44s.
They're awesome.
I checked them out. I checked out the active ones, and I used them on a movie that hasn't come out yet, but I was recording the music for them at the Fox scoring stage in LA, and
nice.
I had the 44s on drum kit actually on who was playing Brian Setzer's drummer.
Nice.
Can't remember his name, but anyway, it sounded really good.
That's pretty recent, right? That was like a week or two ago.
No, actually, the recording session was in March.
Got it.
Yeah. But I had them for like a month, and I was trying them out on a bunch of stuff.
Nice.
I love them, and I love the way they look.
Yeah, they're pretty slick.
Cool. I mean, the thing with the old 44s, it's freaking heavy as shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
you need a good mic stand, and you need to have your hardware pretty tight.
And a hope and a prayer if it's hanging over you that it's not going to fall on your face. But these are like, they weigh nothing. They're like a pound.
Yep, and they sound so clean.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about noise floor.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about any of that jazz.
They're really, really good. And they take a lot of SPL, and you can sort of use them as a vocal mic and kind of be up on it. So they're, because they've got that grill which kind of blocks a lot of the wind and stuff.
And the active joints have the roll off with the music voice switch. So
yeah,
I like that too.
I was playing with the switch. I don't like the roll off one. I like it with all that low end in it. But
we can roll it off with other stuff. But it's good to have that option. For those of you that don't know, Jason Larocca is a living legend. He's done a ton of film score mixing, a ton of rock records that you guys might know as well, but a ton of film score mixing from Icarus to Fortnite to Bad Boys 3 to Aquaman to a ton of Netflix stuff that I don't even know. The list is so long.
Wow, thanks, dude.
No, this is
you
a
know
legend,
the list better
legend
than me.
in the flesh.
Yeah,
so
dude,
we really appreciate it, and as well as an amazing engineer, a brother of mine, a genius with a tech, plug-in guru. I was telling him about, on our last podcast, I was telling him about the impulse responses of the guitar pedals that you hooked us up with.
Oh.
That's some legendary shit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
that's a really,
y'all will
really
see
good.
the 50 guitar pedals that we were talking about. Jason is the man responsible for showing us
Did you
that
guys do a
jazz.
feature on that or something?
Yeah, we did. Me and Dave were just talking about it on the podcast.
No way. That's great.
Yep, we're hooked on that.
That is so funny. Those are actually really useful.
They are.
Those are really useful. I mean, it's all delays and reverbs, but still, it's, for that category, it's great to have all that stuff in a plug-in because it's a pain in the ass to hook that shit up.
My toolbox got way bigger with that. I mean, we're still going through, and there's even with each pedal, there's a ton of presets or impulse responses that you're just like, oh, let me try this one. Oh, let me try that one. And it's just they're all money.
Yeah, it is all money. Altiverb is the shit, dude.
Yeah, Altiverb is next level.
But these so what's the new thing with Cloud anyway? Did they have like a new thing out?
Yeah,
like this year?
I think just the active ribbon.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty new then.
Yep, and then
I thought it's been around for a while.
What else? Is there anything else new, guys?
They've got
come in. Let's invite Kevin in. Welcome, Kevin from Cloud
Kevin's
Mics.
here.
Legendary. This guy actually builds the mics, okay? So if y'all are wondering who's building the Cloud Lifters, if you guys are wondering who's building the Very Z, who's building the Active 44, who's building the Passive 44, the Midnight 44, this is the guy right here. Roger Cloud, of course, but we've also got Kevin in the flesh. What's up, Kevin?
What's up, guys? How's it going? AES 2023. Our new product right now is the CLX. And instead of the 25 dBs a gain, you get 36 with this guy. And there's an input transformer here, so it gives you some harmonics.
That's the new joint.
That's what we're using for the whole podcast right now. That's what you're hearing. Right
Okay,
now.
cool.
Input transformer.
And there's an attenuator on the output here. Drops your gain down 12 dBs. And so you're able to drive the input harder and get more of those harmonics. But that's the only other new thing we have going on right now.
Oh, that's cool. So the previous ones didn't have the transformers in them.
Yeah, we're famous for the super transparent preamp stage.
Yeah.
Completely passive.
Well, I came here 2 days ago because yesterday I was doing a session at Power Station.
Nice.
In Studio A, and we were using, sorry, I just bumped the mic, but we were using a bunch of probably the previous cloud lifters on a bunch of the ribbon mics. And I mean, it's funny because I don't even think about it, but we're using cloud lifters like all the time, like every day on sessions. And I'd really like to hear the new ones. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize there's can you put it in and out, or is it just,
yes,
that's the transformer's just in?
The transformer is always in.
It's always in.
It's always
Right. Yeah, that's cool. So you basically get the X version if you wanted to get a little more vibe,
exactly,
that sort of thing, but it's essentially the same
and also
principle
you get
otherwise.
more gain or less gain as well.
So there is an in and out switch, but it's a gain switch.
Okay, but not for the transformer.
Transformer's always in.
Always in. Yeah. That's cool. And so what are the two different steps? It's 25 and 35?
So it's 36. And then with the attenuator in, drops down 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
36 minus 20, that's 16.
There you go.
All right, so
This is why Dave Pensado loves Nico.
That's right. Always doing quick maths. No, it's legendary. Yeah, it's saucy. Like the girth when you add the X in there is saucy. It's girthy.
This is already a girthy mic.
Yeah.
It's physically a girthy mic too.
Yeah. and with the X, do you have it on? Can you like give them a little like on-off demo?
Yeah. So watch your ears.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna get a lot louder. But
there you go. You're actually a little bit low, and now you're right in the zone.
Let me hear that.
Yeah. So before, and then attenuated.
That's give me like a 1-2 check.
1-2 check 1-2 check 1-2
Yeah.
check 1-2 check 1-2 check 1-2 check
right.
check.
We're gonna do a little survey. Can you hear the difference?
Oh, you can hear the difference.
Oh, absolutely.
If you can't hear the difference in that, man.
I think you need a new job. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
you're in the wrong place.
All right. Rock and roll. Well,
nice. All right,
Jason, thank you so much.
Good to see you guys. Enjoy AES.
Jason Larocca in the
Freaking
building.
love cloud
Larocca
mics,
Fellow
love
Center.
cloud lifters. Peace out. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna eat some
sir.
bagels.
Dude,
Dude,
sick. Thank you so much.
yeah, really good to see you, dude.
Amazing to see you. We're doing a party at Flux tonight. Augsburg has their party at Quad. We're doing a party at Flux.
That's right.
There you go.
That's it.
Yep. If you need any help, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
We got the Dutch Texas over there. We got 5 mics over there. What's up, Richie? Yeah, come on over.
Yeah, let him to the center. Yeah, that's always good.
Headphones or no headphones?
Whatever, man. I'm good. I'll come under.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know how to do it. There we go. You got the cheap ones.
Yeah, you're do it for you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Fist away from the mic.
You want a fister way?
On a fist.
Your fister way through what?
Yeah, what? Fist what? What are we talking about? Oh, I forgot we're public here. I'll go easy.
Oh, we're good. No, listen. Our podcast is no holds barred.
Okay.
We don't.
No bars hold?
No bars hold.
All right,
You
yeah.
can hold. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Fantastic. All right, what's going on, man?
Here we go. Welcome. The legendary Rich Keller in the building.
On the microphone. Hi, guys. What's
Famous
going on
of the
over
Lost
here?
Art. Bob Horn in the building.
Oh,
Let's go.
shit.
Pow.
Grinding. Hey, Bob. Come on under.
Gang's all
Yeah,
here,
the wire
baby.
goes on the left, Bob. You know, except for the Neumanns, they put it on the right.
Yeah. Why
Why do they do that?
I know.
Left for life.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
real. I don't even look. I just grab the wire and hold it on the left side.
Yeah.
And yank them on. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
What's going on, man? So, easy question. Top 3 plugins of the year that you've been using a lot this year.
come on, God Particle, man. Come on.
Oh,
God Particle's a
snap.
great one.
It's all that and more, man. Hats
Yeah.
off to him.
God Particle on every mix. I'm not gonna lie, lately, because I've been doing a lot of limiting. lately I've been having to turn my input down on God Particle.
Yeah.
I literally, they're like, I don't know about this mix, like you're fired, and then I'll literally turn the input down 1 or 2 dB, and they're like, perfect, we love the mix.
Do you use the guides that he gives?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I used to not. I was like, nah, my
They're
mix
there
sounds
for a reason,
amazing.
man. They're
Yeah,
there for a
yeah,
reason.
of course,
Jason
of
knows
course.
his shit, but you know what else, man? El Rey 2 Acoustica.
El Rey
They have a
2
2 now.
They
came
have
out.
2. Okay,
Yep.
they got rid of the whole CPU bullshit problem.
Oh, really?
El Rey 2, you slap it on, it doesn't crash, and you can turn a knob without stopping your
Wow.
session.
Nice.
And it sounds incredible.
Nice.
Wow. I'm
So-
going to jump on that.
So, and I'm going to say also, Spirit's fun. It's another Cradle.
Okay.
It's another
okay.
Cradle.
Oh, gotcha.
Their vocal thing from Louis Bell.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
The compressor's like fucking a chainsaw, but it's a little overkill.
I've never fucked a chainsaw.
But the
so-
reverb, and the chorus, killer.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow, I got
So
to
those
try
those,
that.
those are my 3. I could go more, but
Yeah. Ozone 11. Have
Ozone
you guys-
11.
Have you checked
I
out
haven't
11?
tried it yet.
You checked out
I
11?
no, I haven't.
It's a game changer.
Really?
There's a lot that's different. Number one, they added the transient and sustain versions.
right.
So like if you went to the dynamic EQ, you can put dynamic EQ on the attack of the kick, but not the sustain of the kick.
Ooh.
Things like that. Or if you want to do it, I've been doing this lately. I'll put the exciter on my whole mix. I'll
Yeah.
go to the sides. I'll do mid-side mode.
Yeah.
And I'll just excite the low mids of the sides of the mix.
Whoa.
So, and then every module has delta now, so you can hear what it's doing.
Yo.
So a lot of cool
Wow.
upgrades with
I'm
it. And
gonna-
they have the
yeah.
new clarity module, which
What?
is insane. You guys got to try it.
I haven't.
It's worth the upgrade.
I'm all about clarity.
I actually have it all. I have the full subscription, but I
Yeah.
only wind up using the noise reduction, the mouth declick, which is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a game changer
Sure.
to clean that up. But
Yeah. You can do amazing things with Ozone now. Like you can also, you know how they have master rebalance where you can like lower
Oh,
the drums.
I was-
That's built into Ozone 11. So if you want to use, you have all these elements: EQ, dynamic EQ, exciter. You could take the exciter and put it on just the drums.
Oh, wow.
oh shit, I need to.
When you're
I
mas-
need
when
to
you're
open
mastering.
that plug
Yeah,
in.
I've been
Oh
doing
my
a lot
God.
of mastering lately, and that mastery balance is a game changer. I'm not going to lie.
Well, now it's built into Ozone 11.
Dude, that's sick. I'm going to
Yeah.
give y'all some sauce. Mastery balance, vocals up 0.1 dB. And it's like, I don't really need my vocals up in the matter or this or that, but it's just
Mix, right,
it
right.
just-
But you
it's
just said you can
sauce.
actually access those stems, the fader of it,
In Ozone.
so you can solo put it insert
Yep. So
on that.
if you're, let's say,
The bass.
I'm not a mastering guy, but let's say you're mastering and you get a 2-track, or you're just working on a 2-track, and you want to lower the bass amongst the drums and keys and all that. You can do that, and you can EQ it. So you pull out the Ozone EQ, you EQ just the bass.
Just the bass. That's
so,
game
so they
changer.
never become separate stems, right? It's not.
No.
They're still all in the
It's-
same.
it's-
Yeah.
Right. So it just
exactly.
intercepts that path.
That's
Wow,
insane.
Seamlessly.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
real time, of course.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
So
And
no
dude,
more. Yeah, wow.
that's giving me great ideas. Like I want to try that and like delta something and then parallel that back in because I love doing that.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah.
with the delta mode. So
and
far,
it's not new, but I've been using Track Spacer more and more by
Yeah.
Wave Factory.
yes.
I love that. I've been getting creative with that. So I'll sidechain the reverb of the vocal with Track Spacer.
Yep.
You know, it's a frequency dependent sidechain.
Okay.
So it send its own vocal to the same reverb.
That's
And it's
genius.
kind of like the ducking trick with the reverb, but
Right.
based on frequency, not broadband.
That's genius.
And it just you can kind of get a more washed out reverb without losing the vocal.
The lead.
You know.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that might be what's going on in Spirit that I like so much
Oh,
about
okay.
their reverb. He's got something. Louis got something going on in there. But another plugin I want to throw up there. I'm back to Acoustica, Lift. I think it's Lift 4 now.
Yep.
Again, they fixed the whole, CPU problem.
Yeah.
And the new ones they're coming out with,
The
I'll think
transient-
of it.
The, the transient one?
The Lift 4 is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lift 4 is crazy. It's got the mid band on the Bit Crusher,
Yeah.
which is so beautiful. It's so
I've been
beautiful.
using the Pink EQ,
Yeah.
both the graphic and the regular.
And they just dropped another one, right?
I haven't been paying attention.
And it's
They
with
did.
with gold, pink, and one of the other ones in it.
Okay.
It's
They-
brand new. It's in your email.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's now that they work with the CPU, it's like I could use more than one.
I need him to get to update.
Salt. It's called Salt.
Salt. Okay.
I haven't
Yeah,
even heard of
Acoustica
that.
Salt.
I gotta go
And
check it out.
also, it's popping in my head based on what you said about the verb, the ducking. It was Energy Panner. Works on sound particles, energy panner.
Whoa.
I use it a lot in Atmos. I do a lot of Atmos.
Yeah.
So instead of having to manually automate things where I for motion, which I don't do a lot of that. I do a lot more. I'll just like pan to just take instruments that are contrapuntal, right?
Yeah.
And actually put them in different places, and all of a sudden you have motion.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? As opposed to things moving around is not a natural thing.
Right,
It would be
right.
cool on the video on the monitor, but sonically you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But doing it in the energy panel, I'll take the high end percussion, all that shit, throw an energy panel on it, and it's by amplitude, right? So you can have it do a full circle in binaural, like throw it in the overheads and have it do a full circle, and all by and you can blend it. You get motion without automation, and it's musical motion based on what's going on.
I gotta say, I just did an EDM album, but it was a very minimal EDM album. We're talking like 20 tracks or less per mix.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Made for the best Atmos experience because there was so much space.
Yes.
Everything was just amazing. It's like, and then contrary to that, a month before, I did a pop album in Atmos, and it was a mess because there's so many tracks.
So much
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I usually bundle things together.
Yeah.
You just make big things to put
I
in
wanted
place.
to mute things.
Yeah.
Well, just put them all together, blur it together,
Yeah.
So,
It
but
gets washed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What else you working on?
What am I working on? I'm producing 11 songs for a indie artist named Adam Exler, and that's a lot of fun. And doing some stuff for Island Records, Lauren Spencer Smith. She's a
Okay. Yeah,
new
sure.
artist over there. Amazing singer. It's great to have an impeccable singer every now and then.
It
to
just
get back
makes
to
it all
that.
worth it again, right?
Oh,
Yeah. And then working for Empire Records on this kid, Rylan. It's like,
Oh, for Tina over there?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like urban pop, but he's definitely, as far as wording, it's like definitely millennial, Gen Z, like
Shit we don't understand anymore.
but very hip. It's like right on the edge of, it's awesome.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, just that, and I just recently moved my studio. I sold my studio, moved into a house, so now I'm a home guy and I'm loving it. It's just
I've been
nice.
that way
the
for
vibe.
a while.
The vibe is insane. I should have done it years ago.
Yeah, I did. I made the
Yeah.
change when Sony closed, and then I moved to Bennett in Inglewood. I went with Dave Bennett there.
Okay.
Had the back room there, and then he closed up. And I said, I'll go home. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, it was about 7-8 years ago. I was hanging out with Dave Malikpour over
Yeah.
here, right? And he had the first solo 8s with the horn, the small rig.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yo, bro, you taking that? Leave the building? No, that's going to my house. And he's like, oh, you're kidding. I said, no. Here's my fucking credit card.
Nice.
Let's make a deal. And he had his guys loaded in. So I put the Augsburgers in the house.
Yeah.
Tuned it up, tweaked it out.
So what is it? The solo?
it's a 12, two of the 12 woofers,
Okay.
a solo 8, and the full size horn.
Oh, cool.
It's fucking.
So I've been on
Killer.
the solo 15 with sub 18
Oh.
for 9 years.
Oh, okay. So you just got the bigger version.
But it's too big for the house, so I might.
That's
I
why I
might
stayed
go.
with the 12s.
I'm loving I'm using the Dutch 8Cs.
Oh yeah.
We both are. But I might at some point go with the dual 8 212.
Yeah, he's got a set over there right
Exactly,
now.
yeah.
That white set to
Yeah,
the
the
left.
white set. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what color I would go, but not white.
He's got Ferrari red. Have you seen
That's
the
the best.
Yeah.
That's-
I have
that's
the gray
jam.
matte. They were on the floor.
I'm not a yellow guy, but the bright yellow looks amazing. I just couldn't
Yeah.
ever do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't stare at that shit all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went with gray with the what is it, Gainsford? Yeah.
Looks
cloth.
like the
So I did.
Mac.
It looks just like the
the
cloth.
silver, yeah.
It's matte gray silver.
Okay, yeah.
So
That's
I was
awesome.
like, can I at least get piano black, bro? But I took what I got. So, Dave always takes care of people.
I love speakers, man.
Yeah.
I've had probably 20 sets of speakers in my life,
Yeah.
including Pensado's old E8Ts.
Yep.
Do you remember those
Yep.
KRKs?
I've got them now.
I
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
gave them to my buddy. I had original.
Oh, E8Ts?
Yeah.
Those are special, man.
Yeah.
It's the best KRKs ever, in my
Ever.
opinion.
Yep. First out and last out
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
KRKs.
Yeah.
What are you
And
using in your Atmos rig?
I don't have an Atmos rig. I
okay.
collaborate with a guy
Oh, so you
in a
use another
public
room.
Atmos studio called
Okay.
Fab Factory. I'm thinking about doing it at the house, but I got to decide what speaker, and I'm about to change all my interfaces out so I can get prepped to start doing it.
Cool.
But the Fab Factory has 2 great Atmos rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, good place.
What are you using for Atmos? What interface are you using?
I'm using the Focusrite 16.
That's what I'm switching to.
Yeah, it's the shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's simple, done. I got in early. I got I was doing.
You have a line 16 and
line
a,
16. That's it.
Okay.
The R1?
No, it's the 16 channel
Well,
line out.
What's your monitor controller?
The line 16. I just
Oh,
switch
okay.
over to it,
Okay.
right?
Do you have the
it's
little
got the volume
controller thing, or you just right on the face?
It's right on the
Okay.
face.
Okay.
I mean, I've got
Okay.
my whole stereo system. I've got the Grace there for that,
Yeah.
for my stereo rig, which is the Augsburgers and all that. And then I've got my old JBLs, the LSRs that I grew up on and love
Gotcha,
with
yeah.
the sub, and that's my left sub right.
Okay.
And then the rest, I've just got the MTMs, man.
MTMs, nice.
The IK
That's what
MTMs.
Ken Lewis does.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he called me and said, "What are
Okay,
you doing?"
gotcha.
'Cause I was lucky to get into Atmos really early, and I went up to see the guys at Dolby here, and they were like, "Man, just get whatever speakers you can, man. Whatever you can." I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, so we don't need rocket
I was
science."
thinking maybe the Cali Audios.
Yeah.
They're like
Any
good,
moderate,
you know?
any modest, decent speaker. Because,
Yeah.
dude, you're gonna have fucking 9 of them, or
Right.
Or
I was
11.
going to keep the Dutches as the L and R,
Right.
and then fill in
Yeah.
with the Calis.
And the one thing that I did at home that really helped me a lot, where I didn't bother to do what all the big rooms are doing, like where they've got to do time alignment because the shit, the big speakers are far away, right?
Yeah.
So they're time aligning shit. I'm like, I don't want to get into all that. But at home, look, I'm not a public studio. I've got my own space. And I looked at the picture when I first got from Dolby. It was a circle, looked like Stonehenge. I was like, oh, it's just a circle of speakers. And I did that in my basement. They're all like, 5 feet away from me as I sit and spin and up and down. Equidistant speakers.
Oh, so everything's equidistant.
And
You don't have to worry about it.
sounds beautiful. Translation's great. Every
okay.
time I send it out, they're like,
Nice.
sounds great. What are you doing down there? Is it
great.
certified? I'm like, yeah, it's certified, sure. It's certified, sounds great, right? So if it works,
Did
it
you
works.
guys get up and running with the Atmos stuff at On Point?
We're almost there. We're
Okay.
almost there. We got to hang a couple speakers up still.
Yeah.
But we're pretty close. We're excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go line 16 and then the A16R Dante.
Right.
And then I would cover my outboard gear for my analog inserts
Yeah, see.
when I mix the stereo, but also my speaker outs for the Atmos.
Yeah,
would
I got
have
around that by buying an M1 laptop, and
Oh.
that's my Atmos rig. And my old tower, it's got all my hardware and everything in the Augsburgers on.
Oh, okay.
So that way, two separate rigs completely.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have to
Oh.
do the. But yeah,
That's
go for
pretty
it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm like debating on like how do I switch over? So we've got the red 16
Yeah,
line
yeah.
and the R1 controller. It's pretty cool. I'm learning the ins and outs of it. I miss my Grace a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to figure it all out, trying to get my feet wet with that. But it is pretty simple once you get the hang of it.
It took a minute. There's a learning curve to
And
Atmos.
it sounds good. Like the converters are killing my Symphony, my Apogee.
Really?
Yeah, like something happened in the pandemic where Focusrite and a bunch of other companies lost their chip manufacturer.
Yep.
And a bunch of people just went like lateral to another chip manufacturer where Focusrite went and found something special. So all the new Focusrite stuff sounds incredible.
I agree.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that.
Yeah.
I definitely noticed.
And you guys just got it, so you got the new
Yep.
stuff.
And it comes with 2 killer mic pre's in the back.
Yes,
yeah.
it does.
So it's like, there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Plug the MPC into that.
And a couple extra quarter-inch monitor outs, just
Mm-hmm.
in case you want to go that route and you don't have DB25s or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Pretty
working.
rad.
It's working. We're cranking them out,
That's
but
awesome.
can't complain. But listen, there's a new there's a couple of platforms that I'm working with. I'm a part. I've always been kind of a startup kind of guy, into the new stuff. And one of them is Session Wire. Have you ever messed with Session Wire?
We need Session Wire for our podcast.
Yes.
We need to get on that.
Because
Yes, we
it's crazy now.
Really?
I've been an advisor for a while, and then I was like, you know what, I want to invest. So I went in. And actually, are you going to be at the parties later? Are you going to be at Flux? You going there?
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going. I RSVP'd for Quad, but I don't know.
Well, I'll hook you up.
Okay.
I'll hook you up with the guy. We'll get you in there because
Nice.
it's killer now, man. It's killer.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
do
the
sessions
Source
all over.
Connect?
No, not Source Connect. This does. Well, I'm not. I looked at Source Connect, but it was so expensive and this is
Right.
heavy duty corporate. We used it at Sony back in the day. It was like ISDN and all this shit.
Yep.
We want the instant. I want Zoom for me,
Right.
and they've achieved it. It's
Really?
It's so fast. It's so clear. It's like a direct connect. I don't know the tech behind it, what they're doing with the server, but it's like a direct connect. And the best thing is, I got my client up on the screen on my screen where I'm mixing. I got a little square of my client's face,
Oh wow.
Bro, when you have that, you can do anything.
Really?
Because then
That's
they see you watch the face. You don't even, and muted talkback, automated mute talkback. As soon as you hit stop, mics come on again.
Wow.
None of that
Wow.
bullshit. Hi-hat. Turn your phone down. Mute your phone.
Really?
None of that shit.
Yeah, I deal with that all the time.
Dude, this will.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the subscription costs. I'm not on that side of it. It's
Yeah.
cool on the website, but it's worth every penny. If you do remote
Wow.
work, it's crazy. Yo,
Yeah.
you need to drop a snare drum? Oh, give me that snare drum. Throw it on your screen.
Oh, drag and drop.
Drag and drop
Send?
into the screen. Bloop, it appears.
Wow.
That's slick.
It's crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
Forget audio movers. Forget whatever.
Hey, listen,
connects,
Audio Movers
like-
got us through a lot. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
they were the first
Sure.
one without the bad 7-second latency shit.
I was doing audio movers with video call to
To-
China on WhatsApp.
yeah, dude. We all
last
did the
week.
same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is over. You.
This
Yeah.
is this
We
is
gotta-
the new.
We're
the new
stepping
way.
up. We're
It's
stepping up.
incredible.
Nice.
You're gonna be like just plug. And the cool thing for the user, the other side.
Yeah.
It's just click, open the shit in Chrome.
Just
or-
a link.
Yeah, it's a
link
link.
for
It
them.
opens in a browser. And
That's
they-
what I don't like the other side to
Has
have to
to
download
do
anything.
anything.
or,
clients
you know.
shouldn't nothing.
Yeah.
Just open the link. It opens on Chrome just like Zoom.
Wow.
And you're done.
I got to do this.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna
Yeah.
try that on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
essential.
and,
let
and they
alone,
can.
I
We
mean,
can do.
sessions.
I think you can. I think they're up to be able to handle like 10,000 multiple simultaneous viewers at the same time.
Oh wow.
So they can do. They're going to start doing concerts and all kinds of shit.
Oh, crazy.
I don't
so
know
yeah.
if they'll quite cover the podcast. We're pretty popular.
Pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you can try to do some exclusives. I don't know, but
No,
check
yeah,
out
no,
Session
that's-
Wire, man.
That's amazing. We're definitely checking that out.
Yeah.
Any
Dude,
more?
it's for clients though. That's gonna
Oh
be
yeah, they're-
amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's really just about getting the word out, And once you see it, we'll get you on as a
Excellent.
OG
Excellent.
spokesman.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. What
Yeah,
other
you
sauce
love
can we give the young kids coming up? We've been giving them a lot of sauce, a lot of new tech to use. What else? What else can we give the kids?
Man, I just did a panel yesterday with Paul Wolf, who's a genius, for the younger guys out there. Like, everyone's familiar with the Waves API 2500 plugin in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
UAD.
Oh, yeah.
He made that amongst a ton of other things, consoles, and his own company's amazing. But we did a panel on impedance, and impedance is something that the young kids don't even think about, register, or want to. Any blip they hear about it, it just sounds boring.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're all chasing the effects of good impedance without even realizing it. And we're right here in the cloud booth right now, and they have a box called the Z, and it has a knob that we can change the impedance to match the microphone to the preamp, and you can find the sweet spot for tone. And you can literally, let's say you're a bass player or guitar player, you plug in your guitar into this box, and then it goes to your amp or your Pro Tools or Logic or whatever. You turn this knob, and you can get the best tone out of your guitar. And so many kids I see grab a guitar cable and plug into the front of their Scarlett or something, and it's not even a DI input, it's a line input.
Right.
Yep.
Which
And their tone just sucks, and they're blaming the plug-in, they go out and buy more pedals, whatever, and it's just impedance. If they would have gotten that correct,
Yep.
plugging into the correct input, they would have such a much better tone. And I learned so much yesterday listening to these guys talk,
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
everybody needs
I still
that
have my
very-
DI, man.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. But these interfaces all came on the market with the laptop boom years ago.
Right.
And
Sure.
they all have those quarter-inch jacks, and people
Input.
don't think. They just have a guitar cable. It's like, it's quarter-inch. There's a hole that's quarter-inch. Bam, there it is. I got signal.
Or even just plugging it in and not hitting the high Z button.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Willie Linton, what up? What up? Come on, join us. We got legendary Willie Linton in the building.
I want to know why Willie has two badges. Is he like two personalities today?
Yeah, he's split personality. Willie Linton in the building. What's up? What's up, Willie?
What's going on?
Legendary engineer for Post Malone, playback in the studio, a little bit of everything. Keeps the kind of show rolling out there with Posty in the live sound field. So definitely big shout out to Willie. Thanks for joining us, man.
For sure, man.
Legend in the game. I've been
and the
grilling
most
everybody.
laid-back guy in the bunch.
100%.
I saw all the fun going down over here, so I had to come see what's up.
Had to jump in the sauce, man. I've been grilling everybody. What's your top 3 plugins of this year? Like something you've just been using on everything. Everybody, of course, says Pro Q3. but just some you've been using all the time.
Oh man. Come back to me. Let me think about it. I just
Okay.
don't-
Well, that's the point.
I
We're grilling
wanna-
you. We're grilling
Oh,
you.
yeah,
right now.
yeah,
It
yeah.
could be easy. It could be Arvox. It could be
No.
anything. Something that you just find yourself. You're like, oh, I gotta pull that up. Let me fix that with this.
I love Saturn. I don't know if you guys ever use
Oh, yeah,
Saturn.
of course.
Fab filter Saturn, baby.
Yeah.
Do anything
What's
with that.
Saturn 2.
Yeah, it's kind of a secret weapon, you know. Especially
What's your favorite saturation color?
I like the tube saturation on it.
Tube? Okay.
But I like it on 808. Sometimes the vocal even, you know, it's
You
kind of
split
weird.
the frequencies?
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
do.
Yeah, I like to kind of treat it like it's a multi-band limiter, but it's, you know.
So do you end up saturating the mids and highs more than the low?
I mean, a lot of times I'm putting it on like kicks and like low end, like 808. So I'm focused on the low mids and low band. You know. Maybe some snap on the top too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the Saturn's amazing. The whole line is really incredible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with a good one though. I've been playing with all these new plugins.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be like super well thought out. It's just like your Swiss Army knives. You know, like, oh, I'm always using this. I'm always using that. Because a lot of times it's like Arvox and Pro Q, and it's the simple stuff. But it's like, for me, I was hanging out with Dave so much that I didn't want to use Pro Q because it's like, oh, everyone uses it and you use it 1,000 times and you got to try something different and something new. So I was like staying away from it, but I got to a point where I was like, man, just use whatever you need to make it sound good. And I started using Pro Q way more than I should. And I got great results, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes it's the simple stuff that people want to hear and they want to just be reconfirmed that it's like, okay,
It's
you
okay
know,
to do.
yeah.
To go there. Yeah.
The tools you use to get the job done is what you're used to. I'll pass plugins all the time. I'm like, dang, I want to use that, but I'm not
One
gonna.
day I'll try it.
Yeah, I got to use what, you know.
Yeah, when I know
Ken,
it's gonna
Ken
give me that
Lewis just
result.
dropped a new compressor.
The Lawcom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's nice.
I've played with it, but I think it's like a motorcycle, like a 1,000cc motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's got some. I touch it, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it seems like amazing. I didn't get time to dig in, but
It's great, man. Just to
I mean-
dial in a sound, like a finished sound with one knob super quickly.
Yeah.
It has other adjustments. You can get under the hood.
yeah.
But just one plugin, just bam, done.
yeah,
You know?
he crushed it with that
Pretty
one.
amazing.
I think there's a gate in the virtual mix rack bundle with Steven Slate.
Steven Slate's gate. The
Yeah.
Slate gate. We
Slate
should
gate.
just rename it the Slate gate. The purple one, if you guys don't know. What we're
I don't know
talking
what
about.
it is, but it's you know, it's got one's, you know, for drums and one for other instruments, and it just, I can't recreate it. You know?
It's insane. No, we've had this conversation plenty of times in plenty of different circles, and
Oh yeah.
Remember the straight gate?
No.
There was a hardware piece.
Oh.
The straight gate.
I always was a drummer guy.
Yeah, but they also.
Oh, yeah.
They had was one called the straight gate.
In Nashville, they had drummers in every studio, and then when I came out to LA, I wasn't hardly using gates anymore unless it was on the SSL. But
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, straight gate, yeah.
You know, when you're talking about Saturn and getting some crunch on something, have you ever tried indent audio? The indent?
Plug-in
indent.
Alliance.
Oh really?
Yo,
Yeah.
just one. Yeah, one is nothing. Unity, right? 1.2 is all you're looking for.
I love stuff like that. There's you guys know the Waves, the Kramer EQ.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Helios.
Yes.
Sometimes just like I don't even use Waves that much, but go to the Helios, the Kramer, put it on 1K or 700, and turn the knob 0.1. It'll fill your mid range in. Like if you got something that's a little too scoop,
Right.
0.1 dB, and it sounds like you did 4 dB. It's crazy, and it's so wide that it's like it's more of like a tonal shift than like an EQ. It's just like, oh, that's different now. I love that.
Without the poke.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It must
Wow.
be super wide. I don't know. That's crazy.
Like a.
0.1 dB, you'll love it.
That's
There's
crazy.
a new hardware unit right over here, Whitestone. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's kind of like the oven,
nice.
and the thing's amazing, even in headphones. I don't know. It's like I know a lot of people don't gravitate toward hardware these days, but it was pretty mind-blowing. I just checked it out right before coming over here.
For those of you that don't know, Bob Horn has probably the most amazing presets on the oven. So check that out. The oven is sick.
Oh, the oven's
Um,
amazing.
Yeah. Shout out Mower. and the oven.
So I did my presets on the real oven.
Okay.
And then I put them on the plug-in.
Okay.
Converted, and they all worked. So.
And Bob is one of the only people in the universe that has the real oven.
No, there's like 24 of them out there now.
Only 24.
Yeah,
only
right,
24.
From Handy Amps, right?
Yeah, exactly. But now they have so many products. Like they've passed the oven. They got the stove, the cooker. They got something for live.
How close is the oven to the plug-in?
The plug-in, I'd say probably 80%.
Oh, wow.
But the cool thing about the plug-in is you get the benefits of like a mix knob, and you get the headroom, the plug-in. You know, all the plug-in Alliance plugins have the headroom knob. So very useful. So you can kind of go further with the plug-in and do some creative stuff that the real one just can't do.
Yeah.
Like with the real one, your final output is also pushing a transformer. So sometimes you can't be a good boy and gain match and get your gain, you just have to leave it wide open because it's got a nice sound pushing that transformer. With the plug-in, you can do it the right way and, do all your gain matching. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Proper A/B, and you get. I think do you get MS?
That's
pretty
MS,
rad.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad.
It has all the the BrainWorks like widener
and the different
channels,
channels,
the low end, and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
But he makes a unit, an analog unit for live now, which is pretty phenomenal.
Really?
I forget. It might be the cooker, but do you know Maor? We should connect you with them.
I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, like having that box on the post tour would be amazing.
Also, a pre-Maor Handy Amps is the JCF.
Oh, I don't know.
The JCF is a mastering EQ, which is next level, clean, amazing sounding.
Really?
Yeah, our friend Michele Canova had one.
Okay.
It is pretty incredible. It's like blue
That dude had everything.
Yeah, and Michele had wall-to-wall gear, literally to the roof.
This
and
dude had a
12-foot roof.
This dude had a 14 by 16 control room that looked like Guitar Center.
Literally.
It's insane.
No, yeah, it made Guitar Center look out of stock.
Right.
Literally.
I don't know about you. I keep the guitars in the other room.
Yeah.
You're probably talking about gear. But I have so many guitars around me, I can't keep them around because, something hits and they all start ringing.
Right,
Yep.
right.
I was like, I was like, I'm gonna wrap them up or whatever,
Yeah, no, he had at the top, at the very, very top, he had all just laced with guitars, probably about 20, 25 guitars. And you said, in a 14 by 16 room.
And he had Asperger's too.
He had Augsburgers, he had dual 8s in there. He also had keys in there. He also had an entire wall of modular synth. And then he had, I think it was like 8 or 9 foot tall racks.
Yeah, like taller than you can reach.
Yeah, you could.
Like, how do you get to
You
that
need a
one?
step ladder to get to the top ones. And he had like four like 8 foot, 9 foot tall racks.
Yeah.
Man, it was just absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't want to work in there, but I always loved. It was fun to go in.
It was always fun to go in there. And
What do you got new?
Dude, the plasma pedal. I don't think I've seen too many people with the plasma pedal. The plasma pedal is a guitar pedal that actually has, I don't know, plasma.
Plasma is,
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
Like it, and you see it. You see it going through.
Oh, you're not kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
it's
like
like
it's an actual like. It looks like a light bulb
Looks like
going
lightning
through there.
kinda.
You see that? Yeah, it looks like lightning going in there. Like it's
Yeah.
Tesla
insane.
vibe, yeah.
and it sounds really nuts. Like it's Distortion City. It's awesome, and they have a Jack White edition, which is
Okay.
also pretty rad.
We will never stop buying gear ever.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
sorry.
No.
Have you guys
Yeah.
used the Nero Cortex at all for guitars? The quad
No, but
Cortex?
I've been hearing.
Yeah.
The quad
Oh, yeah.
Cortex.
We used it in
I
Vegas.
don't know
Yeah, that's
with
right.
Mike.
Yep, Mike Orlando. Shout out Mike Orlando.
That thing sounds amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, and it's really simple to model amps too.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long, but they're so close.
Yeah.
So
We got a whole, for y'all that can't see in the camera, we got like a whole crowd out here. We're amassing a crowd, so shout out to everybody out there.
Yeah, the Neural DSP is sick. Like, that's definitely was earmarked the moment I heard it. I was like, I guess I gotta go buy that now.
Have you tried the Parallax plugin they have for bass? Oh my god, it's just try it on a rock record or even an 808 sometimes. But it's like the perfect bass tone that you're looking for. It's got some low level compression built into it, some mid and high saturation.
What's it called? Parallax?
Parallax, yeah.
By
Neural.
Neural DSP.
Yeah.
But it's a plugin.
Yeah, it's a plugin. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so
I gotta
good.
say, live rock bass, I've had so much, like every time I go to the UAD SVT Pro,
Oh yeah.
that shit is sick.
Yeah.
Heck
That
yeah.
does. I have an SVT.
Try putting Parallax after it. It's crazy.
All right.
It's kind of like hybrid of Saturn.
Got to
and
write that down.
Some really cool like compression, and it's everything you need.
Yeah.
Really.
I like the Galleon Kruger as well. The UAD Galleon Kruger is pretty
I
tight.
haven't seen that one. I
It's,
haven't messed with that.
tight.
Not that, just because we're at the Cloud booth, but seeing you guys on the panel talk about the ZI, like being able to adjust impedance, and I think a lot of the AES trade show, I've been listening to different microphones, and seeing how impedance is actually affecting the tone of it. Even like listening to SM57 and playing around with it, but watching the panel, they were playing with the bass guitar and showing how you can get like more tighter bass or fatter bass.
Yeah.
And I'm that's a piece of gear I'm really excited to use.
Well,
in the
it's
studio
funny,
more.
like, just all of us in the community will talk. Like some guy will be like, "Oh, I love the Neumann U47." And another guy will be like, "Oh, it's too dark," and the guy will be like, "You're crazy! It's a bright microphone." And it's because they're using different preamps, and the impedance isn't matched for either one or both of them.
Right.
And it's like if you guys could just adjust that, you could hear it be both bright or dark.
Yeah,
it's like-
it's like a hot button topic. You don't want to talk about it to a lot of people, but
it's boring.
It's
to
kind of
most
like
people.
what Baez does on tape.
Exactly.
To just
yeah. But if you have that ZI unit, like you can actually play around with it.
So what is it, like a stomp box with just a?
It looks like a DI box, and they have a DI box version, but they also have an XLR through version. But
There we go.
He's using one in the.
he
podcast,
combined.
yeah.
When you combine two microphones on one preamp, they don't load correctly because you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
If you put that in between it, you can take both microphones and find the sweet spot, and then they load correctly.
Oh no! I just
So
wanna
he's got
show 'em.
one of these is on. Two of these are on one preamp.
Oh, really?
There's 3 preamps, 4 mics, right here.
Well, he's a wizard.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I kind of want to. I want to take this box around with me to every mic now and try it out.
And see what.
Of course.
Yeah,
So you play guitar?
Yeah, I'm guitar bass guy.
So if you even right here at the booth, they have a bass guitar.
it is.
You
Yeah.
start turning that knob, and you can get over to the left. You'll get like more mid push.
Well, I see the
Yeah. Or if you turn the
frequency.
knob to the right, you'll get more like J bass kind of scooped sound. You know.
Right. Wow.
And you just find the sweet spot you want. And if you could do that on any microphone, any guitar, and
something that you were saying was like, because if you go to the left, it feels like you have less bass, but you have tighter bass.
Yeah.
And you were saying like you don't want to, if it's too fat and you start EQing all that bass out, you lose all the bass.
So much. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
But if you lower the impedance, then you still get that solid bass. You can EQ it back in.
right,
without
because
having
it's
to-
not EQ that's happening. It's resistance.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
But they have a DI version, and then just
I'm
a
going to get
XLR
one
through
today.
version. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you
That's
are.
a game changer from
It
the old
sure
school.
is. It sure is. Just to be doing a bass overdub and just find that tone before you even start EQing, Be like, oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
You know?
You get what you can
Phenomenal.
from the instrument.
Distortion. You know how much distortion alters when you EQ it?
Yeah.
Even better.
Crazy.
Really?
And you have a ground lift like your DI, so you could just swap it out.
You don't have
need
to
it
find the
anymore.
North Pole. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's good to know where North is, though, right?
Now I could see Paul Wolf during the panel yesterday we were doing for the Cloud. I could see Paul Wolf's wheels spinning because he makes consoles, and I asked him, like, why don't consoles have this knob on them?
Yes.
Because if you have a Neve console in a studio,
Sure.
and you got 30 different brands of microphones, they're not all impedance matched to the board perfectly.
Never.
So if you had that knob on consoles, analog consoles,
Yeah.
you could dial in the correct impedance for every mic when you were tracking
Yeah.
before you
That's
ever
genius.
engaged in EQ,
Dude, that's
and be
genius.
way ahead of the game.
Hell yeah.
So my prediction is Paul Wolf has a console 5 years from now with one of those knobs on every channel. I hope
Probably.
he does, because that'll be phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Paul is genius.
Yeah.
He's doing an Atmos console, all analog.
He gave me a demo.
All analog.
It's crazy.
Atmos console. Shout out Paul Wolf. What a
I need to get
gangster.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out. He's got one module on the board that's the Atmos module, and you can even the ceiling speakers you can pan to those. It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's just
And
routing, but
fully
it's a-
analog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully analog.
And
Insane.
his
Wow.
new 500 series EQ is kind of based off of his own Tone Lux EQ. Sounds so sweet. It's like very
yeah,
nice.
that Tone Lux is sick.
Very
too.
nice curves. Yeah.
Dude, sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, you should have a bunch of those on tour, man.
Oh yeah, I just did a session and I had, I think 8 of them.
Really?
On tour we we have live strings, so I think we're gonna implement. There's a 1 rack unit with 4 channels in it.
Yeah.
So it's roadworthy.
That's cool.
But strings you got to gain up so much, so it's really cool to have the extra gain.
Clean gain.
In the studio, I just had it on a bunch of Royers.
Yeah.
121s, 122s. We had an SF12 for a choir. I just, one, I keep cloud lifters just so people don't blow up ribbon mics, and 2, it always hits the sweet spot of the pre.
Yeah. I used one on a AEA R44 the other day.
Oh,
it was
man.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like the preamp, we had a Hazelrig preamp, which another shout out to Hazelrig. That preamp is unbelievable. But the knob was almost all the way up just to get a decent signal.
For sure.
I went to the garage, I had the cloud lifter out there, brought it in, knob almost all the way to the bottom. It was amazing.
Have you tried the 88?
I haven't tried the 808. My old studio partner had a pair of 88s, but I never got to try them.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I really want to. I was trying to rent one, but it's hard to find in LA. I want to. I have to buy a pair one day.
They'll just loan them to you if you call them.
Oh really?
If you just want them for like one occasion, one session or something.
Demo.
Yeah. Demo. Yeah.
We'll get you hooked up, Willie.
Yeah.
Legend.
West Dooley.
Young West, shout out West, man. Been in the game for a long time,
That
making
guy.
a lot of great mics, a lot of great gear.
Do you ever use a Black Hole Reverb by Eventide?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. I don't use it all the time. I forget about it. That's another problem with having like 2,000 plugins.
Right.
You forget about them.
Yep.
And then you're like, and then now with the search feature on Pro Tools, you don't get to move your mouse past them to
Right,
remind
to remind
yourself.
you. Yeah.
So you gotta like sometimes like, let me just see what I have in the folder. And you just gotta look slowly like, oh yeah, Black Hole, you know.
Yes, Seventh Heaven and Valhalla.
Oh yeah, 7th Heaven.
And the AMS, the UAD, the AMS, RMX.
I've been using Capital a lot.
Yeah.
Capital's
a lot.
great.
Yeah.
Capital's my shit.
Yeah. You know, for a while I thought the 7th Heaven was completely living up to the Bricasti, and I kind of rediscovered that the Bricasti is pretty special.
You have one?
Yeah, the 7th Heaven is great.
Yeah.
And the shorter the algorithm, like rooms and chambers, the closer they are. But when you get into like the large halls, the Bricasti wins, unfortunately. So I went back to using that more. But great plugin.
Yeah.
There's another one they make. I think it's called Tall or something like that. The same company that makes Liquid Sonics, is that it?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some plates in it I've been kind of falling in love with.
Oh, that's cool.
I've been on like a plate verb.
Do you know about
right?
UVI?
No, what's that?
UVI is a company. Their plate reverb is amazing. I used to have an EMT 140.
Oh wow.
And their plate is probably the best, like just velvety, like wow.
Is that the gold plate?
It has the gold setting. It has like gold, chrome, steel, all those, you know.
Right.
I think it defaults to the gold, but yeah, UVI is kind of a sleeper because they're not that well known. Like a Fab Filter, or one of those companies.
Yeah.
Everybody knows UVI for the Falcon.
Oh, is that one of the synth plugins?
Yeah, they're synths, but nobody knows.
Yeah.
The reverbs are amazing.
Their delay relayer, you can modulate just certain repeats of the delay. It's a crazy delay, and you can choose the panning to pan like certain, like, okay, repeat number 4 is going to be hard right, but repeat number 3 is going to be like 60 to the left, you know, like something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Acoustica. On
Okay.
their plate reverb.
I didn't know they had a plate reverb.
Dude,
pretty new.
I don't
isn't
even
it?
know what it's called. No, it's not. It's not new. It's been around for a while. It's one of their CPU hogs.
Really?
But it's so worth it. Fully
know they had
adjustable.
one.
Go demo it. Yeah, it's in
Sienna? No, that's their like convolution.
No, this is not Sienna. I
I kind of get back into
I gotta go check it out.
Yeah.
They've got so
they've
many
got a
too.
PCM 70 thing. They have all the funky names. I don't forget the name. They have a delay and the plate
I thought all they
reverb.
had was like EQs and compressors. I didn't know
No.
they had
Nah.
effects.
Nah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
While we're on the topic, I gotta shout out Taupe. It hasn't been
Yeah, oh, what?
it hasn't been updated
Love
since
it.
like 1976, but
Don't. Except for the CPU bullshit.
right,
Fix that and leave
right,
it alone.
just
Yeah.
leave it.
B7, baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
the CPU
I'm
thing.
C2. I'm C2.
Okay, yeah. I'm Rocky.
What'd you say? D7?
B7.
B7. All right,
Or
B7.
Or is it B5? top row on the right. B, top row all the way to the right. I think
Nice.
it's,
There you go.
yeah.
For a while, they had like you could build your own server, and then it would offload the. But
Right, it's not that easy to do.
Yeah,
I'm a test
yeah.
to that. It's not that easy.
I made the mistake of putting a pink EQ on my master bus one time. I could not get that session to bounce.
But they figured their shit out and like maintained their sound. And this is what I was trying to remember before. Josh Goodwin made a plugin for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Magic
yeah.
Flow.
Magic Flow.
yeah.
Bro,
Fire.
it's
That's good.
fire. It's crazy. And what what resonance? You got dynamic resonance, 4-band dynamic resonance.
Dynamic EQ resonance thing.
Right,
Yeah, and
based
it's,
on resonance. Yeah, it's killer.
it's
killer.
really cool.
He
And
crushed
there's like
it.
a mid-forward push.
Yeah, which
you
is
know.
similar to the Bit Crush mid-forward thing. So yeah, I like how they integrate things across the platform.
Nice.
But it's killer.
There's a good delay they have too. But that El Rey plugin,
El Rey 2, the new
yeah,
one.
El Rey, yeah.
I got to check out too.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So, there's something about, just
It's
a little bit
magical.
of gain, not even some gain reduction, but it's like got that heater thing on the meter, and
Yeah.
I like it right there too. It sounds so
Yeah,
good. On
it was
vocals,
one of my
bass.
top 3. It's the El Rey
Oh,
2.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so good, man.
I think
It's so smooth. And
what's
it's-
that? Audioscape. They make all those.
The BA6A.
Yeah, I saw. I was messing with
Yeah,
that.
they
down
just
there.
released it. I've been waiting for them to do it.
It
Yeah.
looks so cool.
So I have two
Yeah.
of their Pultecs.
You like
which
'em?
They're amazing and they're inexpensive, but I'll run stuff through those. I have a pair of them. I'll run stuff through them without any EQ, and it just changes the mid range in a really cool way. But they're great, like inexpensive gear. Like they're a great company. They have
like-
a lot of good stuff.
Like the Dave Pensado lead vocal preset.
Heck yeah, I didn't have anything to do with that. All right, gang, we wrap it up. I appreciate you guys. Rich Keller,
Nice.
legendary legend in the building. Young Willie Linton, legend in the game, baby. We got between the folks right here, we got thousands of your favorite records on the radio. So much appreciated to these guys. Without them, we wouldn't be having fun in our cars and shit. So,
Oh, just wait till you get the Atmos in the cars.
oh snap.
We're coming. We're coming.
you go. We're
It's
coming
gonna
for
be
you.
like the old days
Yeah.
with the 6x9s in the
I
back.
want
remember?
to make content for Atmos cars where it's like car crashes, like and
Oh, shit.
bees flying around your head and just cause accidents.
Hell yeah. I want to make.
A little mischief.
This is something that nobody's tapped into. I want to make sound systems, like upgraded Atmos sound systems for cars. You know how everybody upgrades their sound system in the
Yeah,
car?
yeah.
Upgraded Atmos sound system. With just like, I don't know, 25 speakers or something around the car and like 7 subwoofers in the back. Like,
Amazing.
That'd be sick. But anyways, thank you guys so
All right.
much. Thanks
right.
for tuning in
It's a
to
pleasure.
Faders of the Lost Art. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Willie. My co-host, Bob Horn, legendary in the building. Faders
right,
of the
guys.
Lost Art, AES 2023. We out.
All right, fade that shit out already. Let's go.
Fade that shit.
Don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And see you next time on Faders of the Lost Art.